We saw a rise in Barrick Mining shares. The company is exploring an IPO of its highly valued North American gold assets. Meanwhile, of course, we are now into December, traditionally a good month for the markets. Let's get more from Lyle Stein, president of Forvest Global Wealth Management. Lyle, thanks for giving us the time. Start off with Barrick. They sure are working hard to get the valuation up on that stock.
Well, they are. And, they're being pressured by a activist investor, and that always kind of gets you a little bit more motivated to try to basically create near-term value. We saw the spin out of Hemlo, I guess just last week, and now we've got this announcement. It isn't cast in stone, as they said. They're going to look at it through February. It's interesting. Basically, they want to capture the value in this 4 Mile asset, which looks like a very interesting mine, but it's got to be in production 28, maybe 29. So they're basically trying to take advantage of, I think, the enthusiasm over the project.
Yeah, 4 Mile, their big new lucrative potential mine in Nevada. And National Bank raises an interesting point, though, saying, what about the red-headed stepchildren, though, here, the rump assets of Barrick? What kind of valuation will they get?
That's an interesting question, Andy. Financial engineering basically is working off a premise that the sum of the parts is greater than the total. But the reality is the market determines pretty well what the total value is all the time. So is the spin-off of this, frankly, smarter than the market? And as you say, they might get a better valuation on the North American assets. But what about that stepsister all around the rest of the world? And, from our perspective as investors, they keep talking about, or the Barrick announcement talked about, we want to get our valuation up to the Agnico Eagle level. Well, that's our biggest holding. We wouldn't sell Agnico Eagle to participate in this financial operation.
And of course, it's interesting as well. Newmont would be very interested possibly in taking over those North American assets. Yeah,
maybe we'll do that. But then you're basically saying the company as we know it isn't going to be the same going forward. And, again, my view here is that it's long enough out in the future. I'll just take the cash flows that I'm getting from my holdings in things like Agnico Eagle or Franco-Nevada and take those to the bank.
Thank you very much, Lyle. It's great hearing from you. Have a great week.
Okay, take care, Andy. Bye-bye.
Lyle Stein, president of Forvest Global Wealth Management.